So today we're going to try and make music with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the SNES for short. Well, we called it the SNES at school. Whatever, you can call it whatever you want. I'm sure somebody's going to be like, no, it's the SNES or something like that. Who cares? Who cares? It's a SNES and we're going to try and make music with it. So how are we going to make music with the SNES, the Super Nintendo? Well, we're going to use this. It's the Super MIDI Pack. Super MIDI Pack. Super MIDI Pack. And what this dashing cartridge does is it gives you the ability to plug in anything that's got MIDI capability into the SNES to play SNES sounds. So this thing has literally just come out and there's a link below if you want to check out and see more information on it and more videos and stuff. But I figured we should just jump straight in and try and make some music. So the sound system in the SNES is completely separate from the rest of the snazzy stuff. And it runs off samples, I'm pretty sure 8-bit, and you can have 8 voices on at any one time. What we need to do first is we need to choose the samples that are on the Super MIDI Pack. So we need to plug this in to a web app. Here's a screenshot of it. There's no video of the web app because, you know, this is Look Mum No Computer. But it just means that you're able to load on the samples you want. So I've got the Super Nintendo wired into the screen. Here is the Super MIDI Pack screen, and when you look closely, you can see that when I hit some notes, well, there's some voices that go down. You can have a maximum of 8 voices on at once, and this is just 8 sounds, 8 samples, and 8 whatever it is. So I've got a bunch of standard style SNES sort of samples on there, and if you have a listen, you'll know what I mean. What about this one? Got some drums in there. You can actually have multiple samples on the same instrument, but I haven't quite figured that out yet, so we'll have a look at that soon. Got the mono walking bass. Let's see what we can get on the bass. So the SNES is in a roundabout way a sampler. That means, let's say you're gigging with a sampler. Well, you can swap that sampler if you wanted to with a SNES and you can play famous sample sounds like this one. I think we've all heard one of those. Yeah. This right here is the back of the SNES motherboard, and this thing right here is the LTC1799 chip. We used this in the drum machine that was circuit bent last week, and we used it in the Commodore PET that was circuit bent. We used it in the Game Boy Mega Machine loads of times. It's an amazing little chip. It basically means you can control the speed of whatever circuit you really want, as long as it's running on a crystal. Like I mentioned earlier, the sound of the SNES is completely separate on the other side, it looks like this, to the rest of the circuit. And that means it's controlled by a crystal right here that is completely separate to the rest of the brains of the machine. So we can control the pitch and make it more texturized and stuff without messing with the rest of the circuit. So from the back, the crystal's right here. And if you put this wire, which is coming out of the LTC1799, onto either side of the crystal, well, you'll get the pitch modification. Let's have a look. Let's get this put back together and see if it works well with the Super MIDI Pack. So the setup is exactly the same, however right now there's a pitch knob on it. Ooh! I think I may need to do a little bit more kind of modification work to see if I can get some interesting things coming out of the SNES. You can circuit bend the SNES to get like interesting video art glitches with the video, but I wasn't having super much luck with making the sound interesting. I got some interesting hums when I was messing around, but I didn't really get any funky sounds that were really affecting the samples. And I still hope to get my head around this. I'm going to do it at some point. I might even wire it up to something like an Atari or something like that, so to play Cubase that would sequence it. The creator of Super MIDI Pack has already done some really cool projects with this. Go and check out the videos and stuff. However, this will be set up to play if you want to play it at this Museum's Not Obsolete this Sunday and next Sunday, and then sadly it's going to be closed for a bit of a rearrange until the new year. But anyway, that's it for now. I've got a lot of other projects on the go at the minute, and I'm talking about them on extra videos over on my Patreon, so if you want to see information on that, go and check it out. You can also download loads of samples and stuff, and you can download the song that I wrote on Messiah last week, and I'm going to play you out with that anyway. Anyway, have a lovely time.